No kings, no crowns, we the people won't bow down. No kings, no crowns, we the people won't bow down. No kings, no crowns, we the people won't bow down. No kings, no crowns, we the people won't bow down. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
This is what democracy
All good? Thank you all for coming out this cold President's Day. If you guys do not mind, we'll be starting in just a few minutes. If you are around the podium or our PA system, we would ask you to just please give us some room so we can go ahead and work efficiently and get this started. Again, we appreciate everyone coming out to show how much they care about our democracy today. Just give us one moment and we'll go ahead and get started for you guys.
POTUS, could you remind them to stay off the, stay clear of the areas?
And another reminder, please stay out of the sidewalk. Do not block the sidewalk. Our permit allows us to gather here peacefully, as long as we also can maintain that. So please, make sure you are not blocking the sidewalk.
How so, question mark?
By the way, the kill now is going to be tapping your head. That's not a kill, it's going to be much more.
Okay, that's good. Right behind it.
To paraphrase the great Malcolm X, friends and enemies, welcome to the 50-51 movement. Thousands of us across all states and territories are here to let our elected officials know that we are tired of what the person elected by the people to be president for all Americans is doing to our country. We are here to make sure that those in the building in front of you know that we hold them to their oaths, which so many have broken, that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that we call on the judicial branch, a co-equal branch of our government, to uphold these checks and balances so needed in these days. So welcome to all, and thank you for joining us here today.
Mic check. Hello. We would like to start off today by saying welcome and thank you. We're so happy to see that you are all here today. Just the fact that we're all gathered here today fills me with joy. It shows that so many people care about democracy and liberty in the same way as those of us who took part in planning today's gathering. Woo! I would like to introduce a couple things before we really start off this rally. Number one, our code of conduct. This is a peaceful rally, and we expect everyone to abide by the following guidelines. Number one, please do not engage verbally or physically with counter-protesters. We understand how frustrating it can be to see hateful things being said. We want it to be unquestionable that this event is peaceful. Got it. We do not want to give counter-protesters the victory of distracting us from our message. Number two, please do not initiate civil disobedience. We honor the need for civil disobedience in the work of resistance, but we ask that you do not engage in it during this protest. This includes protesting outside the permitted space, blocking access to buildings or roadways for non-protesting individuals, property destruction or defacement as a form of protest. Now, we have advertised this protest as one where this type of resistance is not planned, and we want to honor the limits of the implicit consent given by other attendees who are showing up in response to the event description given. Number three, Please be mindful. Clean up after yourself. Do not leave any trash or litter. Remain mindful of those with accessibility needs. Respect diversity and difference. Number 4, please be safe. Be mindful about posting photos or videos that can be used to identify other protesters. Consider photos, videos from the back, or signs or flyers, or only of yourself if desired, and please be mindful of metadata. Other little rules: if it ever gets crowded here, move to the sides. We are in no way allowed by our permit. Whew. 1 second. 1 sec. Whew. Yes. Can we get this?
Testing.
Woo! Okay, better? No? Okay, better? No? Yes? Okay. Thank you for staying with us. Other little rules: if it ever gets crowded here, move to the sides. We're in no way allowed by our permit to spill past the statues over there, nor onto the sidewalk. Additionally, we do not have a permit to march, so we will not be marching at this time. Thank you. Next, we would like to introduce some of the features of this rally. Number one, we have an informational table over here. I believe it's over there. We have a table for writing letters to your congressmen and congresswomen over here. And we have a table with some supplies on creating your own sign over kind of in the back right there. If you need medical attention, there are people in yellow high visibility vests in the crowd. Just yell for first aid if you cannot find one. If you feel unsafe, or if somebody around you is inciting violence or otherwise being a bad actor, we have safety marshals crew in the same yellow colors. They will be able to bring someone trained in first aid over to you, or otherwise help you if someone is making you feel unsafe. Speaking of which, let's talk about what we will do in the case that we do identify someone being a bad actor or someone who is inciting violence. Remember, this is a peaceful protest. We are using our right to protest, but this is contingent on us remaining peaceful. Remember that the powers in the White House want us to incite violence in order to invoke the Insurrection Act. We cannot let them do that. We don't want our movement to be inciting moment that gives Trump even more power than he already wields. If you encounter a bad actor, flag down a safety marshal. If you see something, say something. But as you guys can see, we have a large space. It may take time for people to arrive. So we have 2 techniques to act. This is going to sound strange, but a well-known and working response is to sing or hum. That's right, sing or hum. I don't care what you sing. It could be Barbie Girl for all I care. Although, if you know the words, we do recommend the Star Spangled Banner. Let's try now. Can everybody sing? Let's start. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare
job, everyone. I was very impressed with you. Now, the second technique is if some group is pushing on our crowd, the best action to do is to sit down and raise your right hand in the air. Can everybody do this with me now? If you are physically able to do so. Sit down and raise your right hand. Squatting is fine. Okay, so if you see something that is very, upsetting, if you see that something is not going well, sit down. If you see somebody sitting down and raising their right hand, you sit down. And that can be a way that our safety marshals can identify that they need to go in a specific direction. Great job, everyone. Now, if there's someone beside you, for example, maybe they're disabled or they're a child and they're having a hard time sitting, just sit in front of them to protect them if you can. Now, in the case of issues with the law, we are contracted with the NLG, which is the National Lawyers Guild. And if you need help with them, we do have some phone numbers for you. The Law for Black Lives / DC Jail Support Hotline, ready, is 202-888-1743. The Public Defender Service Protest is 202-824-2463. We good? Great. If you need to, you can go to the event tables and see if they have a Sharpie to write it on yourself if needed. Another note, anonymous stories. If you would like to share your story but would not like to be known or would not like to speak, please write what you would like us to share and bring it to a volunteer. We will be reading them later. There is paper at the letter writing station. All right. There will be some options for people to speak. So when that comes to pass, we do have a sign-up sheet to talk to one of the volunteers, and we will also let you know when it's time to do that. All right. So where are we staying off of? What specific location? Sidewalks. Okay. We just have to make sure that there is a path through the sidewalks. Everybody got that? Path through the sidewalk. Path through the sidewalk. Okay. So first I would like to introduce one of my colleagues. Where did he go? Right behind you. Fantastic. And he will be saying our first speech. I'll flip the pages for you.
First off, I want to start by thanking everybody for coming out. I know it's been a cold, windy day, but it's good to see all these flags flying. I appreciate everyone who's taken time out this holiday to express their civic duty, civic responsibility, and their right to protest. Hello, DC. How many of y'all from the district today? How many of you from Maryland? How many are from Virginia? How many of you have traveled further to get here today? We want to thank you all for coming. We are all gathered here today for one purpose. United we stand to uphold the Constitution, to oppose tyranny, to stand behind democracy and remind our elected officials that we, the people, are who they are elected to serve, not themselves. This past month has been exhausting. There's been a barrage of attacks on our liberties, rights, jobs, and a variety of programs made to support us. Some of you may have lost your jobs because of the attack on government workers. Some of you are scared. What if you're next? Please give space to those feelings. The events over the past month have been built to exhaust us, to break our wills. But we are the American people. We will not break. We will not break. We will not break. We will not break. Today is President's Day. Not King's Day.
Not King's Day. Not King's Day.
Elon Musk and the cronies in D.C. are disassembling thousands of programs. They have fired crucial workers, retaliating against those who are investigating them, and are, as we speak, crippling our economy and standing among world leaders. Yeah, boo that. Boo. They are trampling old agreements and creating their own rules to play by and ignoring the rules of law as they're stated in the Constitution. Can we let that continue? No! Just last week, my colleagues learned that people are outraged that a federal judge dared to place a hold on Trump's plans. They ask, how dare they? They say it's not the place of a judge to limit the president's power. I say, if you've ever taken an 8th grade civics class, and if you ever took any class on the Constitution, you know the Founding Fathers created checks and balances to keep any one branch of government from gaining too much power. This is no exception here. Let me remind you that the judicial branch upholds justice. Let me remind you that federal judges can block executive orders that seek to violate the Constitution. Any middle schooler who's paying attention, should know that. But we should not rely on just the judiciary plans to save us. All 3 branches of our government have been touched by this administration's corruption. We are lucky that someone has stepped in and put temporary holds on this madness, but the executive branch is only the first head of this hydra. A Republican Congress stands behind Trump as its second head, and a Republican court stands as its third. This 3-headed beast seeks to consolidate power into an even more insidious center. Big Tech is the 4th Hydra head, now rearing its ugly head in our government. Elon Musk spent at least $260 million on our election. That we know of. He now owns the press conference in the White House. Do you think he has our best interests at heart? He says he's improving government efficiency, but how can you slash so many programs, yet propose raising the debt ceiling another $4 trillion, all while cutting taxes to the rich? Where is that money going? Do you think he's going to give the money back to you, the taxpayers? Where's the money going, Elon? We know he's just lining his pockets. He's earning $22 billion in government contracts, at least. Why? Why, I say, is this cancer allowed to spread? I know we have a lot of Virginians here, so I will remind something that I always admired about this state, which I'm from. Shout out to VA. The VA motto, sic semper tyrannis. Thus always to tyrants. We fought a war to end tyranny, to end taxation without representation. DC is in a difficult position, not even having statehood, despite it should be. But this will not stop us from fighting. We are the center of where all our elected officials gather, where many of our federal workers come to work. We are the epicenter of change. I urge all of you who are congressmen and women who have senators to make sure you are calling them every day, especially if you're Republican. And don't forget the most important thing, the power of community. Over the past months, they have tried to divide us. They have made us feel small and weak. But we all represent the 99%. We can work together, we can keep the community together, we can keep coming to these protests. Speak to each other, join groups, doing the work. We'd like to shout out Indivisible, DSA, and so much more. Because at the end of the day, united we stand, divided we fall. 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 Thank you. POTUS Black.
And who are you with?
I'm with 5051, the Washington, D.C. chapter. We're all gathered here today. I'm with the people. We are all here today to represent the same thing, our defense of democracy and our defense of the Constitution. I'd also take a little bit of time to, again, just a little reminder for our safety rules. Again, if we are getting crowded, move to the sides, where permitted allows us to spread out but not block the sideways. Please do not engage our protesters, either verbally or physically. Please inform our safety team if you see any. Do not engage in civil disobedience. We are honored and know there's a need for civil disobedience and a work of resistance, but we ask to not engage that in this protest. Again, please stay off the sidewalks. Do not block the roadways. Do not engage in property destruction or defacement. As a reminder, people have trusted us with this peaceful protest, and we would like to honor the trust that these people have given us. Please be mindful of cleaning up after yourself. Do not leave trash or litter. Remain mindful of those who have accessibility needs, and respect diversity and difference.
Thank you.
Curtis, how do you spell your name? POTUS, P-O-T-U-S.
POTUS, P-O-T-U-S.
Very good. All right. At this point, we would like to open a forum to anybody who would like to speak. If you would like to speak, please come to the side over here, next to this Flush the Flow Trader, if you do not mind.
Just a small reminder, we will have multiple opportunities for you to speak, but we would like to let everyone go who would like to. So we'll start through this line right here. You do not have to share any names, we just would like to give you this opportunity.
This is what America looks like. Love to see all these American flags out here. We are taking back our flag, and this is our country. Anybody who violates the Constitution is violating our rights and has no legal authority to do so. My name is Jessica Denson. I've spent the last 7 years of my life defeating the tyranny of Donald Trump in the courtroom. And I led a protest here on January 3rd to 5th to try to stop the certification of this illegal president who inhabits that house in violation of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. He has no legal right to inhabit that office, let alone take any of the litany of illegal acts he has taken in the past 3 weeks. We should be demanding that our elected representatives use every legal lever at their disposal to impeach and remove him yesterday. On day one of his presidency, he violated, once again, he committed treason by pardoning 7 individuals convicted of seditious conspiracy. That is an act of treason. At a bare minimum, we can initiate articles of impeachment against this man and hold that standard. They think that these legal acts are radical. Elon Musk raiding the Treasury is not radical. Too radical to impeach this man a 3rd time? I've heard a saying, it says 3rd time's a charm. Let's try it. Now, this is not an official announcement, but 314 is 14-3 in reverse, and I would like to have on 314 this kind of showing in Washington, D.C., in protest of this illegal presidency, to say we are not going to let democracy die on our watch. Every moment that these people are illegally in poisoning our government, firing our federal workers, putting people in terror over their physical and financial well-being and the free world at large. Yesterday was the anniversary of Alexei Navalny's murder by the genocidal dictator Vladimir Putin. He has allies in the so-called Vice President J.D. Vance, who is trying to terrorize our European allies. We are representing the free world right now. The entire free world is being represented by us. And generations will look back to us to see what did we do right now. Thank you all so much for putting yourself out here. Please join me again on 314, and stand up every single day to reject this illegal presidency. God bless America. God bless America.
Hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Hey. Okay, so my name is Nadine Seiler, and I am usually out here, but I usually don't speak. But I have decided after 8 years of being out here, hello! After 8 years of being out here with a sign that a lot of people know me, but people did not take heed when I had a sign that says Trump's Project 2025 Agenda 47. For 4 months, I walked with a sign. I was at the White House, I was at the Supreme Court, I was at the Capitol, I was in Milwaukee, I was in Chicago, telling people, Trump's Project 2025, Agenda 47, please listen. Nobody listened. Okay, so it's spilled milk, and we have to do what we have to do to go forward. Going forward, my whine has always been 2 things. Where is the American people? I have been at the White House, at the Supreme Court by myself for 8 hours at a time. People would pass by and say, thank you for being here, but nobody would stay and stand with me. I've always been, where is the American people? There are 345.6 million Americans, 258 adults, 18 years and over. So we're not counting the 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and 17-years who show up here, but 258 million Americans. We need 3.5% of the population to rise up to overthrow a regime. That means we're talking about 10 million people. We need 10 million people in the streets around the United States. Are you going to bring your friends? We need 10 million people. I am begging the American people, as an immigrant who bought in, who was sold on America. I was sold on American democracy. I was sold on American checks and balances. I was sold on American exceptionalism. Right now, I feel bamboozled. I feel bamboozled because the checks and balances, one person in the United States, after 200 plus years, one person said, hell no, and nothing was done about it. One person said, I am not going to adhere to whatever policies. One person, and here we are, in fascist USA. right? We ever say no fascist USA? Yes, fascist USA. January 20th, 2025. Fascist USA. There's a fascist USA. There's a fascist in the White House. Okay. So the last thing I want to say is, I'm out here with a lot of young people, a lot of people from marginalized groups, and a lot of people like to sing revolution, revolution. But every time people need to come out, they're afraid to come out. They're afraid to show their face. They're afraid to be on social media. They're afraid. You can't want a revolution and be afraid to die. You can't want a revolution and be afraid to die. I'm not saying just go throw yourself in front of the popo and get murdered. But you have to come out. You have to be one of the 10 million people who are needed to be out here. Please come out. The next thing, and the bloodsuckers, the billionaire bloodsuckers, they want our money. That's all this thing is about. They want our money. We keep wanting to discuss revolution at Starbucks. You can't be discussing revolution at Starbucks. Starbucks is the bloodsuckers. Stop discussing revolution at Starbucks. Stop with the prime. I understand that we're going to have a boycott on the 28th. Please don't run to the supermarket on the 27th and buy up everything. Don't run to the supermarket on the 1st and buy up everything. Okay? Because they're still getting your money. Please start putting 2 and 2 together. The CEO of Uber, the last thing I want to say, the CEO of Uber not only gave Trump $1 million from Uber, he gave Trump a personal $1 million. So when you're coming here in an Uber, you're funding your own fascism. Stop funding your own fascism. Stop funding your own fascism. Stop funding your own fascism. Put 2 and 2 together. We outnumber them. We need to show up. 10 million people, please show up. 10 million people in the streets around America. And we need to stop giving the bloodsuckers our money. Stop giving the bloodsuckers Target, Walmart, Uber, Starbucks. Yeah, just please stop. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
We stand with you. We stand with you. It should be Kat. Kat. Are you dealing with the speakers list? That's okay. Just line up here. Who did I have next? I had you next, right? It's in my bag. All right, are we ready for our next speaker?
My original purpose for this trip was to spend time with my beloved border collie, Gracie, who is terminal with lymphoma. And I just got a call about 2 hours ago that she has probably about 1 or 2 weeks left to live. So I should be at home, I should be spending this time with her. And instead I have to spend it out here fighting all of this. That's just wrong. I can't believe that I'm having to take that time away from her in order to fight for myself and my friends. It's absolutely heart-wrenching. Now, with that said, I spent about a decade serving this country. This flag that I'm carrying right now has flown over the United States Capitol building behind me when I was an Eagle Scout about 15 years ago. And so it has been out here, it's been through the trials. But it deserves another one today. And I'm a third-generation public servant. My grandparents served in the Army and in the Navy. And I have family who are here today who retired from the U.S. Agency for International Development. And every compliment, and I've had quite a few this week after recent events, but every compliment that I get on my work, I attribute to them, I attribute to their agency, and I attribute to the gold standard that they and their colleagues set for ethics and public service in this country. I think the most serious words that any of us have ever spoken have been the words of our oaths of office: to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and to that we take that obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and to well and faithfully discharge the duties of the offices that we are about to enter. And I would be negligent if I didn't observe that many of our agencies, AID perhaps most of all, turn proportional pennies of investment into dollars of goodwill and benefit for their communities and countries at home and around the world. I grew up... Lost it. Lost it. I grew up abroad, so I saw...
Trying the mic.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. Now, I grew up abroad, so I saw those programs unfold there. But at their core, these agencies are investments in America. They're the core of putting America first. They use its people and invest in our country. $340 million of Midwest grain purchased for AID. Domestically, our national parks have supported 415,000 jobs and $55.6 billion in economic activity. And other public land agencies have added nearly 1 million additional jobs. The kinds of people who are celebrating the recent actions of the president are the likes of Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. and the top 1% domestically, who will enjoy fewer things like fewer IRS audits that come with fewer staff. Recreation communities and partners are not celebrating these impacts to our public lands. People who are chasing the Aurora Borealis and meteorologists are not celebrating cuts to NOAA. That should be enough right there to make a leader with common sense think twice about doing anything that impacts these agencies. Apparently not. Legality be damned, because those of us here know that you can't just eliminate agencies with the stroke of a pen. Many good public servants I know so far have been casualties of these illegal cuts and dismantlings. But I have faith that we will persevere this. We will fight this. And to the ones who sit in this building behind us, be careful what you wish for, because there will be those of us who run for your jobs as a result of this. The jobs of those who did not defend your constituents, who did not defend the Constitution,
Thank you for being here.
who violated your oath of office. You may be afraid of Elon's money, but be wary of your
standing here long.
anger. We are not afraid. We are not afraid.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid.
No matter what the future might hold, do not go quietly into that good night. Rage against the decline of the light. Thank you.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid.
Excuse me, pardon me.
We've spent many years in front of this building.
Pardon me, excuse me, please. Can I please get by?
Excuse me.
I said please. I said please twice. I apologize. I did not mean to offend. You'd be surprised with the crowd I get. Again, I apologize. Jesus.
Do your job. Very hungry. Do your job. Do your job.
Pardon me, please. Excuse me, please. Pardon me, please. Thank you very much. Excuse me, all. Can I squeeze by you? Thank you so much. Excuse me, please. Can I squeeze by you all? Thank you very much. Excuse me, please. Pardon me, please. Thank you. Excuse me, please. Can I squeeze by you, please? Thank you. Excuse me, please. Pardon me, please. Thank you. Can I squeeze by you guys? Thank you so much. Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. Pardon me, please. Can I squeeze by you all? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Whose country? Our country. Whose country? Our country. Whose country? Our country.
Can I squeeze by you?
Sorry. Oh, hello,
Thank you.
fellow Americans.
Excuse me, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming today.
There's more kindergarten teachers.
I
than
did not
politicians.
plan
Ma'am,
to
pardon me,
speak
please.
today. I do not have planned remarks. I am a federal worker. Who here is a federal worker? Thank you for your service to America. We federal workers are tired. We are tired of being gaslit. We are tired of being threatened. We are tired of being intimidated. We are tired of the lies about us and our work in this nation. We are tired of the executive branch putting us at risk. We need our fellow Americans to stand up with us.
Ma'am, my spot.
Because sometimes, in the course of human events,
Trying to be aware of you, but
it is essential
This is the
to
first time I
stand
moved.
up
This
against
is the first time I moved.
autocracy.
I understand that. I appreciate you trying to work with me. I really
We
do.
need
Thank you very
Congress to
much.
take action. Up for your federal workers. We work for you, the American people. Stand with us and demand action. We 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 demand action.
Speak, or should I start? Chants. Ooh! Can you help me? Can you help me with this? Sorry, it fell apart. Just put it back together if you don't mind. so as to break our will. But we gather here to say, and let's say it together, down with authoritarianism. Down with one-man rule. We will not have a monarchy. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. No kings, no crowns. We the people won't back down. Now, here's something else we're here to protest. Return our data! Return our data! We want our federal programs back. The money in the treasury is for the workers and farmers, not the billionaires. And Congress, if you are listening to us now, stand up for the people. Where is your oversight? Do your job. 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 Remember that it is you who makes the laws, not the president. Woo! Do you think it's going to be okay if I let Tera go early?
We don't live in here! No! I'm just going to head and remind them about
I need to find reiterating speech. Got it. Can you hold this? Guys, hello everyone again. I would like to reiterate. Listen up. Just as a reminder, just because we need to make sure that everyone's still on the same page, if it ever gets crowded here, where do we move?
to the side.
To the sides. Okay? No. We are in no way allowed by our permit to spill past the statues over there, nor onto the sidewalk. Additionally, we do not have a permit to march, so we will not be marching at this time. Reminder, do not engage with counter-protesters, either verbally or physically. Please inform our safety team if you see a counter-protester. Please don't initiate civil disobedience, please. And as a reminder, people have trusted us that this is a peaceful protest. We would like to honor these people's trust.
Can I walk up and down the sidewalk with 200 or 300 of the closest
I didn't hear him. Charlie Chaplin? I'm gonna let them do that for a second. Where is Congress? Do your job.
Where is Congress? Do your job. Where is Congress? Do your job.
Can I see the schedule real quick?
Where is Congress?
running a little early. That's okay.
Okay. You may be aware of a well-known man from London by the name of Charlie Chaplin. Who knows about Charlie Chaplin? Guys, when not making films mocking the ever-present threat of Nazism in the 1940s, or filling audiences with laughter from his silly antics, he would share his views on the unprecedented times that he lived in. His famous speech is one we will give now, but we heavily encourage you to listen to it in his own words after we are done, if you have not heard it before. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I would like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In the world, there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost our way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions across the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they take from the people will return to the people. And as long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men, and you have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man, nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. In the name of democracy, let us all unite.
We will fight. 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 We will We will fight. 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 We will fight.
I would like to welcome Miss Tera Hoot to the stage. A bit abrupt, maybe.
That was early.
You said yours.
I love that. You're amazing.
Okay.
Do I just hold the mic?
I can hold it for you.
I can do it.
It might be easier.
Sorry about that. Do you want to try? Where does it? Why is it? Is it because it's close to that one?
It's close to the speaker, so you have to hold it sideways.
Darlings, how are we doing? Yes! Oh, look at all of you gorgeous humans. I'm so excited to be here. I actually wrote down what I was going to say because drag queens with microphones can go on forever. All right? So I'm Tera Hoot because I was born in Tera Hoot, Indiana. So any Hoosiers out there? Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. But Tera Hoot was born during the pandemic. So while folks were buying sourdough bread starters, I bought 27 wigs. The world is so hard sometimes. I wanted to give my version of drag to be the kind of drag that lifts people up, gives them joy, gives them hope. One of my great honors was to perform in a small venue at the Kennedy Center last year. Yes. I was so enraged to hear about the recent hostile takeover of the board of directors at the Kennedy Center. Yes, boo. So that is why I'm running for the People's Choice President of the Kennedy Center Board, Absolutely. Because a man who hasn't even stepped foot inside of there has no business deciding what art is or isn't. How shameful, how immoral, how weak it is for this president to use a marginalized population to attack a venerable arts institution. But I also want to lift up two drag performers, two DC legends, who began a tradition of excellence in performance at the Kennedy Center, Pussy Noir and Shaquita Lee. Absolutely. So give credit where it's due for those pioneers. Now I wanted to come up here today to do the most controversial thing I've ever done in drag. Are you ready? I'm going to read my children's book. All right? So listen, venues where I perform got death threats and bomb threats because I read like information like I'm going to tell you right now. And I want you to listen to every word because children's books often contain lessons for all of us, not just children. And in this moment, I want you to hear every word. So this is one that I've written. It's not been published yet, but I think the words are awesome and I want to share it with you, darlings. So are you ready? Yes. All right. Darlings, oh, this microphone, I just love it, don't you? Okay, here we go. Darlings, ding dong, who's that at the door? It's someone I don't think I've met before. Oh my goodness, my gosh, my stars, what to do? I was hoping I'd see the gorgeously you. Let's just take a moment to welcome you here, this gorgeous human being, so radiant, so dear. But gorgeous, my goodness, what does that word mean? It's not just about your shine and your sheen, because you can be gorgeous in multiple ways. Let's take a close look at them. What do you say? You can be gorgeously smart, know just what to do, like knowing 4 is the sum of 2 plus 2. You can be gorgeously kind, a friend to those near, lift them up, cheer them on, lend them your ear. Or gorgeously clever, what on earth will you do? Pull the lever, climb the rope, watch out for that goo. Be gorgeously thoughtful, is that someone in need? Share a coat, some joy, do a good deed. Be gorgeously strong, be true to who you are. Don't change just to change. I'm sure you'll go far. You're gorgeously fierce, whatever that means. Take the runway, the boardroom, or different sports teams. Be gorgeously quiet. There's no weakness in that. Sometimes you just need to take a step back. But sometimes the path isn't terrifically clear. The road might be rocky with feelings of fear. You may try on different versions of you as you grow and change, become someone new. Some of those versions will stick and might stay to help you shine bright, not fade away. But all of those versions will help you to grow into the gorgeous person that we all will know. Through storms and challenges will come into view, your gorgeous resilience will carry you through. So the most important gorgeous is the one that you choose. Go ahead, choose many, there's nothing to lose. And this one and that one over there. So much gorgeousness to pick from, we can all share because I know you'll be perfect with whichever you choose. Be fabulous, be you. With a skip in your step and a smile, not a frown. But should you get behind, be sad or feel down, it's only temporary, just a moment in time. Because I know in my heart, you'll be gorgeously fine. So off you go into the world so true, to be strong and to be brave, and to be gorgeously you. Before I go, I'm going to do a little call and response. I'm going to say darlings, and I want you to say, I'm gorgeous. About yourself, not about me. I know I'm gorgeous, all right? So I'll say darlings, you say I'm gorgeous. Ready? Darlings. I'm gorgeous. Now I'm going to say darlings, and I want you to say, I'm strong. Darlings. I'm strong. Now I'm going to say darlings, and I want you to say, I'm brave. Darlings. I'm brave. Because you are all gorgeous. You are strong. You are brave. And don't let anyone take that away from you, darlings. Don't let them steal our joy.
Again, I would like to thank everybody who has come out. I apologize, I know we're having a little bit of sound technical issues, but we are working through them and we're still going to push through. Just as a reminder, if it ever gets crowded, move to the sides. We're allowed to permit as long as we don't spill over the sidewalks. I know it sounds like a broken record, but I just want to be absolutely clear because we're here peacefully and with a permit and we want to exercise our rights, so let's do it right. Do not engage in counter-protesters, either verbally or physically. Please inform any safety team members if you see a counter-protester. Please do not engage in civil disobedience. We're honored to be here, and we all understand that civil disobedience is essential in the work of resistance, but we ask to not engage that here today. Please stay off the sidewalks. Please stay off the roadways. Do not engage in property damage or defacement. Please be mindful. Clean up after yourselves. Do not leave trash or litter. Please be aware of accessibility needs and respect diversity and difference.
Thank you.
One more last thing. If you encounter bad actors, please flag down the safety marshal. If you see something, say something. We will be right there as soon as we possibly can make it through the crowd. Please be mindful about photos and videos being taken. Be mindful about metadata if you can. Take photos and pictures from the back or of signs and flyers. Sorry about that. But thank you again for coming out. We're going to go ahead and open up the forum again for people to speak. So if you would like to speak, please make your way.
This guy wants to speak.
Give us one moment and we'll get you in.
We would like to welcome the next speaker.
Hi, I'm Bill. I was born into a military Republican family, and I do not understand what is going on with what used to be the Grand Old Party. Grand Old Party. Oh my God, Grand Old Party. What the fuck, right? They have lost their soul. They used to be for the middle class, the working man. They used to be about how to keep your money and your resources as a working person. My father's people were factory workers. My mother's people were farmers in North Carolina. The thing is that what we're trying to do is keep ourselves together, right? I became a IT professional, and I went to work for the IRS, and I worked on ramping up the Affordable Care Act, and I also helped with getting out the rebates for COVID. I'm retired now. But the thing is that what we need here in the United States, we need to have more bureaucracy, but it has to be modified. It has to be audited. The IRS was a situation where they had many problems, but as they used to say, the only thing that it was better than was everything else. Would you like to have a king who does on his whim, takes all of your resources and puts them wherever he wants them? No. Would you like to live in an oligarchy where 10 different people are multi-billionaires and they corner the market on all of the resources and you have none? No, you don't want that. We are a country of resources. We live in abundance right now. We really do. In 3 days' time, you can have whatever you want delivered to your door, right? Right now, we live in abundance, but if we allow our resources to be taken over by the billionaires, we will all just be serfs. We will be the workers that make their money, and we will not have anything to ourselves. We need to keep our rights and our responsibilities close to our chest, each and every one of us. You need to go out and embarrass your congressman. You have to tell them, I want a meeting. I want to say what's on my mind. Where's the meeting happening? And then if they don't, then make a meeting happen and have an empty chair and refer to them as being chickens and not being able to do what we want. As long as you tell them what you want done, if you all stand there and tell them what you want done, eventually it will get through to them that they won't be reelected if they don't do what everybody's standing there telling them what to do. Go and embarrass your congressmen. Call them up, text, okay? Get to it, do it. It's our country.
And quick call out, does anybody know about the 5 Calls app? If you don't know about it, look it up. It is very good. It tells you exactly who to call, and it even gives you a prompt if you're shy. Okay? Oh, perfect.
Hi, everybody. Gonna try not to hot mic you. It's gonna be hard. In the first week of June in 1944, my grandfather jumped out of an airplane into Holland to be there for D-Day. Okay. He was hit by a grenade and he died. Oh my God. If he died fighting Nazis and fascists, we can stop shopping at Target. We can stop taking Ubers. We can stand in front of Tesla shops, whatever he's got in there, okay, and we can protest. We can get out here. Now, I've lived in D.C. for 15 years. A lot of my friends are civil servants. But what I want to say is living in D.C. used to make me feel weak because I didn't have a representative. Whenever they would say, call your representative, I would say, who the fuck do you want me to call? And then I realized something. I live 6 blocks from the Russell, Hart, Dirksen Senate buildings. And I can walk in there and ask for a meeting any day I want. It is my right. It is your right. If you live in D.C., you are not weak. You are strong. You have the power to go in there and ask for a meeting as politely or not politely as you choose. This is our city. Trump wants to take it back, take it for himself, tell us what to do, okay? He doesn't realize that no place in this country voted for Kamala Harris more than the District of Columbia. Okay? Even Vermont, we beat Vermont! obeying your conscience. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Oh, is she three? Yeah, and then you're four.
Hello, fellow resistors.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Jen. I hate public speaking, but you know who I hate more? So this is something that I wrote to my Senator Van Hollen when he asked for what the past month has meant to his constituents. This is what I wrote to him. My husband is both a veteran who has served 22 years in the United States Army, as well as a federal worker. The president's assault on federal workers since he took office has been an incredible insult, as I'm sure many of you can agree. Oh, to my mouth. Okay, thanks. Sorry. He insinuates federal workers are lazy and not performing the work on behalf of the American people. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, my husband works longer hours working from home than he does in the office. His coworkers are scattered all over the country. So a return to office mandate means he will travel into D.C., sit in his office, and still be on Teams calls all day long. Hello? Hello? Oh, I think it's... Sorry. One moment.
Test, test.
Okay. So a return to office mandate means he will commute to an office and still be on Teams calls all day long. That's not enough, though. Every day, we live with the worry that some new executive order will be written that will put his job in jeopardy. Imagine being a veteran who honorably served this country for 22 years in 2 wars, 4 deployments, then continuing on to work as a civil servant and doing the work of the American people, only to worry whether the whims of a fascist president will leave you jobless. The president's denigration of the brave men and women who serve this country, as well as his recent attacks on the Honorable General Mark Milley, continue to show his lack of respect for the men and women of our armed forces. As a veteran, my husband receives disability benefits. So not only are we in a position of worrying about his job, now we are also worried about his attacks on the Veterans Affairs. People he has appointed talk about taking away disability benefits, how we are living off of the government, or applying means testing to the benefits he and so many other veterans receive. And why? Republicans need to give the uber wealthy more tax breaks. That's right, tax breaks for the wealthy on the backs of our veterans. It's disgusting. If my husband would have been told back when he graduated from West Point that the very country he was willing to lay his life down for to protect would turn on him because of a man who never served this country, he likely would have chosen a different career path. I am so disgusted by Republicans who are turning their backs on our veterans. I haven't seen a single Republican denounce Trump's attacks on General Milley. And that tells me everything I need to know about today's Republican Party. I will never vote for a Republican again. And by the way, I've only voted for one, so, I mean, that's not a... And I just want to say one last thing. Timothy Snyder's book, On Tyranny, if you haven't read it, it is a must-read in this time. The first rule is do not obey in advance. Trump is looking for 1930s Germany from us. Let's give him 1789 France instead.
Resist before they arrest you.
everybody. My name is Jennifer. I am a proud teacher. Thank you. Since 4th grade, I have been working with kids with disabilities, and it is definitely my passion. So, not only am I a teacher, but I have kids of my own with IEPs. And just this week, I was all ready to sign my kid up for a 504. We were going to transition from his IEP. And then I find out 17 states are trying to get rid of 504s. If you don't know what a 504 is, it gives accommodations to kids who might not need the support of an IEP. It's handled through the counselor. I'm also an American, and I went through the public school system, and we should respect teachers. I know that education needs reform, but this is not the way. Inclusion is a good thing. Diversity is a good thing. We have come too far with inclusion to go back.
We will not go back.
We are not going back. Please respect your teachers, give them some love, and we are not going back. We're not going back.
Not going back. Not going back. Not going back.
Not going back. Not going back. Not going back.
Ironically enough, I am also a teacher. I work for a career center. I'm an IT instructor. I teach cybersecurity, whatnot. My parents came to the United States escaping the Civil War in El Salvador in the 80s, right? I was born in East LA. I've been all over the place. I served in the Army for 5 years, right? I had my own soldiers. I was an NCO and everything. I was stationed in Germany working with our 3-letter federal aid, employees or federal workers over there. Sure enough, I saw the damage when they had to get furloughed, overseas, no less. Not just that, the rage that I felt near the end of my mission there as a counterterrorism cryptolinguist, right? Sorry. The rage that I felt when I walked into my top secret office, right? I looked in the newspaper and I see people and kids like me in cages being watched like animals by Pence and all these other, inhuman bastards, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to control it a little bit, and I'm part of that union too, right there. Absolutely. NEA? Yeah. All right. So, being a teacher, I am in a district where we have a higher diversity than average around us. I come from mid-Missouri, right? Saline County, all right? About 25% of our student body is Hispanic, and most of them are of questionable, if not themselves, then their parents are of questionable immigration status and whatnot. They're trying to dehumanize us. I've already had transitioning students that no longer show up to my class. I have all of my immigrant students, that I'm their representation. I'm the face that represents them in that school. I'm the one that I have to act my best. I have to be my best. I have to be the example. I have to be that American dream. And part of my job now is to train them up and throw them into a workforce that wants to exploit them. It is making me want to leave teaching. And I'm at my wit's end here, you know, and it is very empowering to see everybody here to stand up to fascism, authoritarianism. It's not a left and right thing. I've been trying to be an advocate in my community. I've been taking, you know, threats left and right in my community, predominantly Republican and whatnot, but just trying to tell them, let everybody know this is not a left and right issue. It's never been. This is an up and down issue, guys. This is up and down issue. Is it? All right. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are democracy.
Okay, guys, I'm going to need you to chant with me real quick because I've heard that the people in the back can't hear us at all. Okay, so we need everybody to make sure that they hear this message. Stay off the sidewalk, okay? So can we chant that together? Stay off the sidewalk. 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 Thank you. Perfect.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sija. I came all the way from Maryland. And we have tons of federal workers that live in state of Maryland who are living in fear and anxiety right now because of what Elon Musk and Donald Trump has done for them. Last month, I had a chance to go to Women's March to protest all the issues that Donald Trump has done. We want to make sure no cuts to NIH, no cuts to education, no cuts to Medicare, and no cuts to health care for everybody. And as of right now, the politics is broken. And we are all very frustrated to see what Elon Musk has done for the federal workers. He has tried to lay off tons of federal workers who are trying to do something that, you know, federal worker has done something right to serve the American people. And this is what democracy looks like. And last week, I was at one of the CFPB headquarters talking to the workers who are dealing and affected by Elon Musk. And I need to tell you, Elon Musk is a leader of bankruptcy. He has done something wrong. He's a billionaire. He is trying to take away the cuts of the federal services to the people. And this is why we are coming here to stand up against Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is an evil to the American. And this is why we are not going back. We are fighting back to make sure we bring the federal workers back to their job. Yes. And next fall, we are going to put the Democrat back to the Congress and the Senate. And in 2028, we will vote for the next Democratic president to make sure we are putting the country forward. Yes. And this is why we come here together to be all kind to one together during this difficult moment. And this is why I'm proud to join all with you. Thank you very much. Let's win this!
My name's Philip Palmer. I have never spoken in public in my life. I swore an allegiance to protect the Constitution 45 years ago when I joined the United States Army. I ask that everybody who has ever taken that pledge continue to believe in it and to protect our Constitution. Whether you are in Congress, whether you are in the service, whether you served in the service. And more than that, I want everybody to feel that they are not alone. Tell all of your friends and your friends' friends they are not alone. If they lose their jobs, let them know before they lose their jobs that your house is open. They have a place to go. There is always enough food and there's always enough room. We all must tell everybody that we love them. And they are welcome in our houses. Thank you.
Help your friends.
Great job. Thank you. I would like to welcome Ms. Leah Greenberg.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. My name's Leah Greenberg. I am the co-founder of Indivisible, a nationwide... Oh, thank you. All right, I hear some Indivisibles in the crowd. Hello, hello. For folks who are not familiar with us, we are a nationwide movement of grassroots groups. We are led by real people who raised their hand and said, I got to do something. We fight against Trump and we fight for a country where everyone belongs and where everyone is included and everyone has a voice. If that sounds like you, there are indivisible groups all over the DMV. So when you head home from this rally, I hope you'll get involved. I hope you'll find one, and if there's not one in your area, I hope you'll start one. Because now, we are less than a month into Trump 2.0, and I could spend this entire speech talking about all the terrible things they've done, and I would not cover a fraction.
Don't get distracted.
But I want to talk about the corporate coup that is happening right now. Because it's actually pretty simple. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have made a devil's bargain. Here, if I move away from this, we'll do it. All right. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have made a devil's bargain. They are going to gut federal services so that they can deliver themselves their next round of government contracts and fat tax cuts for billionaires. Now, Donald Trump ran for office to stay out of prison.
Yes.
He's not interested in helping anyone.
No.
All he wants to do is get rich and hand more rewards to his MAGA fanatics and his billionaire backers. And he has found in Elon Musk a partner who matches his greed, his corruption, his cruelty. Let's talk about that. Elon Musk sunk hundreds of millions of dollars into electing Donald Trump. And now he thinks he has pulled off a hostile takeover of America. They think they can buy out the government like another shitty private equity deal. They're rampaging through, cutting everywhere. They don't care who gets hurt. They don't care what the consequences are as long as they get their next tax break. Now, we talk about constitutional crises. We talk about oligarchy. We talk about plutocracy. We use a lot of big words, but here's what it really means.
They're traitors.
The richest man in the world has decided that your kids' schools don't deserve that funding. The richest man in the world has decided that your kids don't deserve special ed. The richest man in the world has decided that you don't deserve clean drinking water. The richest man in the world has decided that you don't deserve to feel safe when you fly. The richest man in the world has decided you don't deserve protection from corporations that want to exploit you. The richest man in the world decided you don't deserve cancer cures or new research. And now the richest man in the world and all of his allies, they are coming coming for your Social Security, for your Medicare, for your Medicaid, for all the programs that help us live decent and dignified lives in this country.
For your caregivers. We're coming for your caregivers.
They want us poor. They want us afraid. They want us submissive. They want to rule over us like kings. But do we have kings in this country? No! We deserve safety. Our kids deserve a future. And this is America, and we don't have kings.
No kings. No kings.
Now, President's Day honors a president who refused to become a king. And today, we're going to honor the holiday by putting Donald Trump and Elon Musk on notice. So I want you to tell me, will we sit by silent while they steal our money and our future? No! Do we have kings in this country? No! Do we bow to billionaires in this country?
No!
Donald Trump, you are not our king. Elon Musk, that is not your money.
That's right.
America, we don't have kings. We don't bow to bullshit billionaires. We don't work for you. You work for us. And when we work together, we will kick them out, and we will build the country that we deserve. Thank you.
Now introducing. And now introducing Mr. Carlos Alvarez Araño.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carlos Alvarez Aranjos, and I'm the founder of American Opposition. I want to start by thanking 5051. Having borne direct witness to their work, I can safely say that there has never been a more successful national organizing effort, particularly when you consider how quickly they've pulled this together. What they've achieved is testimony to the greatness of our nation. We built American Opposition to do what our representatives have failed to do, to serve as a hub for the opposition movement and ensure we can leverage the power of the American people to stop Donald Trump from destroying American democracy. That work has already begun, and it will continue for as long as it takes. We will never quit on this nation, nor will we surrender on our Constitution. Now, some people see the Constitution as a declaration, but it is actually a contract between the American people and their government. A contract that sets out how our representatives wield our power. Wielding that power responsibly requires character, decency, morality, security, maturity, discipline, wisdom, and expertise. Perhaps to a greater degree than any living human being, Donald Trump lacks all of those things. For the 10 years of tax returns that we've seen, he lost more money than any other American, making him literally the biggest loser in our history. In his first term, his incompetence cost 400,000 American lives. It is appropriate that the only person in history to be responsible for more American deaths than Donald Trump is his idol, Adolf Hitler. Trump also told over 30,000 lies in his first 4 years in office, and he hasn't stopped since. He lied about an election he knew he lost, and then pardoned the thousands of violent criminals who stood where we are right now, beat our brave police officers, and desecrated our Capitol. He is a serial liar and adulterer, a sexual abuser, an insurrectionist, and perhaps worst of all, a proud, heartless, and stubborn idiot, incapable of even saying he's sorry or admitting he's wrong. The result of this election is that now we're living under fascism. And for those who question why we call it fascism, the answer is simple. It became fascism the moment he fired the civil servants who had investigated him. It continued when he began shutting down government agencies without congressional approval. And it has reached a fever pitch as he's empowered Elon Musk, a private citizen with no expertise in this area whatsoever, to steal our data and destroy our government like he destroyed Twitter. The Constitution is a contract between the American people and their government. And this government is in breach of that contract. Our system of checks and balances has failed to do its job and correct the imbalance. His supporters in Congress have accepted him as their God. The Supreme Court has declared him their king. It is time for us, the American people, to remind all Republicans that the constitutional contract isn't between the three branches of government. It's between us, the people, and our government. We will not submit. We will not submit to the same fascism our grandparents defeated. We will not allow corruption or incompetence to destroy our institutions. And we will remind Elon Musk and the tech oligarchs who stood behind Trump at his inauguration that our power and the permission to use it will never be for sale. After all, we are more powerful than Elon Musk. We are more powerful than Congress. And we are more powerful than Donald Trump. The power of the American people is the most powerful force on earth. It's time to remind the people in our government of a very simple truth. They work for us. They wield their power with our consent. So here's my message to Donald Trump and every other fascist in this nation. You're pitting yourselves against the collective power of the American people. And make no mistake about it, you don't stand a chance. We, the people of the United States of America, are drawing from our history to stand up for our future and our values. We're engaging in good trouble in memory of John Lewis. We're engaging in solemn protest in memory of Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez. And we will deliver on the dream he proclaimed from the other side of this Capitol, of this National Mall, in honor of the great Martin Luther King. This is our nation, and that is our future. Don't you dare try to steal it from us. We will not allow it. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I gotta say, that was an awesome speech. Can we get another round of applause for that person? Now, I don't represent any organization. I'm just a student here at Washington, D.C. All I am is one man expressing his freedom to express whatever opinions he may like about his government. A freedom of expression that Elon Musk himself is trying to subvert. Now, here's here's something else you can know about me. I'm a big fan of history. And in my perusing of history, I have noticed several events that I believe are very relevant to today's actions and today's events. In 1922, Benito Mussolini led his National Fascist Party on a march on Rome in an attempt, a successful attempt, I might add, to take over the Italian government. In 1923, Adolf Hitler led a failed attempt to take over the government in Munich known as the Beer Hall Putsch. Now, almost 100 years later, in 2021, in January 6th, Donald Trump incited his followers to attempt a very similar event right at the door of our Capitol. Now, thankfully, our institutions, our democratic institutions, were able to stop him as best as we can, but he did not stop. And in fact, he, with the help of one of the richest men, not even one of the richest men, one of the most speculatively richest men in the United States, he was able to, as he calls it, get a mandate, which, by the way, is not 60% of the votes, nor 55% of the votes, not even 50, but 49%. This man believes that he can do whatever he wants with all of his sycophants with less than half of the country's approval. And let me tell you, by the time in the midterms, it's not going to be half the country. It's going to be less than half. He has repeatedly used his power to bring about a bunch of bullies, a bunch of criminals, and a bunch of losers, and used it to denigrate the He has brought about criminals, losers, liars, and cheats to dismantle and, frankly, insult our great government. But despite all of that, I have a great hope. I have a great hope because here, the American people are speaking out against his will. Because that's all this is. It's his personal will. And we're not going to submit to one man's will because that's not how democracy works. That's not how America works. We work on the principles that liberty is given to each of us. And in the famous words of Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Eudora.
I'm Sebastian.
I'm Mallory. And we're high schoolers in a school in Northern Virginia. We're going to keep this short. As teenagers in America, we are scared for our futures, for our rights, for our educations, and for the way our country is going.
For those who weren't scared of Trump's promises during the election, look where we are in only a month. It's scary to look at the news right now, but we have to stay informed.
Sometimes it feels like there's nothing we can do to fight him. But we can call our representatives, participate in protests like this one, stay informed, and never stop speaking out for what we believe in.
We are here on a day off school to fight for our rights by exercising our constitutional right to protest. We are hopeful that we can make a change and create an America for everyone, but it starts with actions like this one from motivated people who believe in our future for our country. We're not from a specific group, but we are from Meridian High School in Northern Virginia. Woo!
Thank you. All right, guys, we've had some very tight programming here. A lot of people have been coming up to speak, and I have a lot of people here, and that's really great. I really appreciate everybody's enthusiasm. We do need to take a 15-minute break. But while we're taking this 15-minute break, feel free to chant. Feel free to turn to your neighbor and talk to them. The power of community is extremely strong, and I hope that everybody comes out of this friends with at least one more person. Please, as a reminder, let's chant, "Stay off the sidewalks, stay off the sidewalks, stay off the sidewalks, stay off the sidewalks, stay off the sidewalks." Perfect. All right, we will be back in 15 minutes.
One last thing, if you guys are interested in more information, we have information tables right along 3rd Street, as well as if you would like to write anonymous stories, if you don't feel comfortable coming up and showing your face, but you've been affected by the recent executive orders, please feel free to write them down. We will be reading them later in the program, but please go ahead, check out these information tables. They will have a link tree to our 5051 DC group, as well as more information. Thank you.
didn't pay attention that we are looking for something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they said if you need information to get involved, there is a table in the 3rd Street.
Okay.
I don't know where is the 3rd Street.
Okay. I'll take a look. Thank you.
All right. I like it. I would like to volunteer with them too.
Right.
I have some hand warmers. Do you want one?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
They have questions.
No. So, what is that like a news camera?
Oh, the individual?
This one right here is for ASL. Those are the news cameras.
You still have a speaker?
Yeah. We're still having open speakers and we still have some speeches planned. You said you wanted to speak, right? Okay. So right now I have 1, 2, 3. Here's number 4. Number 4 was here. Okay, 5, 6. So if you don't mind lining up in like right behind the
guy with the mirror that has a bunch of Old Bay on his belt. And a big. He's gonna use to smash cars. Look, you wanna know why there's no that here? They're all walking to there. Not all of them are walking to there.
Well, it would take a minute before it would catch on. Because it's just like an agency as opposed to like a principle or concept. There's a principle and a concept behind it, but I don't know that that's going to be too much. But, yeah, well, you know, nothing for it. USAID! 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 Woo! You work at AID? Oh, what's that?
Reach out to different
yeah, and you know, it's the whole, I never let the leverage be my piece, you know, so many people are like, oh my God, you know, we just far bigger than last week, you have a job, voting for you, and it's like, no, this is what you vote for. Yeah, that's right.
Right, yeah. Absolutely. Had about 100 people.
Well, no, thanks for helping me out.
Continuous the job and also the job market is a lot better for my wife.
Absolutely.
Line for talking.
Oh, there's a line for talking, so it's just people coming up. That's awesome. We're gonna talk. Buddy, good job. Good job. You guys, I'm proud of you. You guys are all in line for talking.
There's a whole lot. It's like
You say whatever you want to say. I'm not gonna get up there, but I want somebody to say. Get off.
Not that one.
Lauren Blue Ski Prom.
I've done
Oh, I only have Facebook, Snapchat.
Already get that set up.
Delete your Facebook, buddy. Don't do that. I promise.
There's nothing good on them.
It's tough.
Yeah, so you can bring yourself and then we just have it on our permit that we're going to be bringing it out. So yeah, it's definitely allowed. It's just that, you know, once our permit's set, we can't really change it too much.
With that, we can extend that.
Absolutely. And
we're all
we'll
gonna
see
have to make
as far as like
sacrifices.
the permits
We're all having that same
there was some talk about the White House outside of the lawn, but as far as like the set locations, we're talking about different locations all over the lawn. But this is probably the best one for all.
Hey, he's not orange enough. He's not orange enough. Buddy, he's not orange enough. He's not orange enough.
Like I said, everything so far, one of the guys from
Bro has chocolate bacon on it. It's not orange enough.
Okay. Yeah, I can bring it and just join it and put it, plug it in.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be, we would really appreciate that. Like I said,
Well, then now that's over there. Permit's not over there. Oh, so it's not. The Joffy is over there.
Yeah, we need you to stand still. We really do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They have the American. Oh. That's what I worry about.
That's why we do. We also do litigate, legislate, and educate. We have to do all of it.
Because it's got to be fast.
The litigation is actually slowing.
Yep.
That's true. That's why we have those checks and balances.
That's right. That's right.
We hate bureaucracy, but it works for stuff like this.
And so far, even the Trump-appointed judges have granted the TROs, granted the training.
But they're not following.
Yeah. Well, so far they have faced they're working themselves up to the fight. But they know that's going to be difficult. Even some of the Republicans in Congress have said no.
Oh, they're totally, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was a lot of
Jeff Sessions.
the clear thing when
Okay.
you see the teacher. He got kicked. No, I agree with you. We have to get lastly we are trying to push to hire the teachers who are like native. Whose language is Spanish.
Hello, guys. I want to reiterate to you guys that we are actually meeting on this side. I understand there's a lot of people over there. Okay.